Portugal are through, but wow, they certainly didn't make it easy. Hello and welcome to Sideline Story, I'm Tianyu. This was one of those games that had absolutely everything. Goals, disallowed goals, VAR drama, emotional moments, and a finish that had everyone holding their breath until the final whistle. It almost felt like that football was being played with a giant undo button. Cristiano Ronaldo thought he'd finally scored his first ever World Cup knockout goal from open play. He even started celebrating. Sue was loading, and then VAR ruled him offside by the smallest of margins. Croatia had the same heartbreak, not once, not twice, but 3 times. Nikola Vlasic had one ruled out, Josip Sucic had another, and then, in the 103rd minute, Josko Gvardiol thought he'd secured Croatia's World Cup, but again, offside. 4 disallowed goals in 1 knockout game. That's football in 2026. And it does raise an interesting question. Has technology made football fairer? Probably yes, but has it also made the emotional roller coaster even wilder? Definitely. Every celebration now comes with a quick glance toward the referee and the VAR screen. Tactically though, Portugal still have some serious questions to answer. On paper, the left side should be one of the most dangerous in world football. Rafael Leao and Nuno Mendes have pace, power, and unbelievable chemistry, and we saw flashes of it early on. But Croatia defended so compactly that Leao simply ran out of space. His biggest weapon is attacking open grass, and there wasn't much of that in that game. Meanwhile, Mendes spent huge parts of the game tracking back because Portugal couldn't afford to leave Croatia any room on the counter. And apart from that, the right side wasn't much better. João Cancelo still delivers excellent crosses, but against Croatia's low block, he could hardly find the room to swim them in. Pedro Neto struggled to stretch the defense or create overloads, so Portugal became predictable. There is plenty of possession, but not enough penetration. So, in the end, Portugal probably needed a little bit of luck. Croatia looked every bit the experienced tournament team they have always been. They are calm, disciplined, and incredibly resilient. There wasn't much between the sides. And maybe, just maybe, there was really someone watching over Portugal. The match came just 1 day before the first anniversary of Diogo Jota's tragic passing. Ronaldo held up Jota's number 21 shirt after the game, and several players spoke about feeling his presence. Whether you believe in those moments or not, it was impossible not to be moved. And then there were the 2 legends. Cristiano Ronaldo, 41, Luka Modric, 40. For long stretches of the game, Ronaldo barely had a sniff because Croatia defended him so brilliantly. But when the pressure reached its peak, he buried the penalty with incredible composure. That's what great players do. And Modric, meanwhile, looked ageless. He was everywhere, covering ground, winning the ball back, dictating the tempo, and still producing those trademark passes that seemed to slow time itself. After the final whistle, the 2 former Real Madrid teammates embraced. One continues the journey, and the other says goodbye to the World Cup. It was one of those moments that reminds you why we love this sport. And now comes an even bigger challenge for Portugal, which is Spain. Spain looks so frightening in their 3-0 win over Austria. Lamine Yamal continues to look like the player who makes everything happen, and Nuno Mendes may have the toughest defensive assignment in world football. The good news for Portugal is that Mendes has already shown in the Nations League final that he can handle Yamal. But I'm actually more worried about Portugal's right flank. Whether Nico Williams starts or not, Spain can still overload that side with Cucurella, Pedri, and Dani Olmo. Portugal's right side defending has looked vulnerable all tournament. Maybe Diogo Dalot or Nelson Semedo can provide more protection, but they will need a huge defensive shift if they're going to survive. Portugal are still alive, but if they play against Spain the way they played against Croatia, they may need a lot more than late drama, and perhaps a little more luck from above. And that's it for this episode of Sideline Story. For more World Cup stories, analysis, and all the biggest talking points, stay tuned to to Sideline Story wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.